Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all, welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I am Aja A. This is your February tarot forecast. It's going to be your typical 4-card spread, looking at the overall energy for you for the month, challenges or obstacles that might be coming in for you. Because we are dealing with Aquarius for most of the month of February, there's also going to be a card in here looking at where we need to tap into a little bit of that air energy and think about some things, think some things through. And as always, a quick little soul message, something extra for you to take away with you from this spread, okay? Before I get started with your reading, this is a general reading. If you feel like what I'm saying is not resonating with you, go on and check out your moon and or rising sign, which I will have linked down below in the description box. In the description box, there's hella other links that I'd like you guys to check out. We are in a new month, so check out the February Pick a Card forecast. We started the month with a Leo full moon a couple of days before going into it, so check out that video. The Aquarius new moon will go up during this month as well. We are also now in the first Mercury retrograde of the year, so check out that Mercury retrograde in Aquarius video. And I don't know what else is down there, but click on them links and go watch them videos. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. This video is for my Cancer clan, Cancer sun, Cancer moon. Like myself, I am those first two, and Cancer rising. If you feel like this ain't for you, check out your moon and or rising sign. But before I get started, I will say that I was nervous going into our reading because I did just do Gemini, and Gemini had kind of a heavy spread. And I was over here shuffling like, please, please give Cancer some positive energies. And the cards were jumping out while I was shuffling. And when that happens, that typically means that the energy is either really hectic or really popping. And so when I pulled the cards, I was like, oh, it's lit. It's lit. So let's get into it, Cancer. The first card that we have coming up in our spread is in the position of the overall energy for the month of February, and we've got the Soul Star chakra. And I'm going to speak to the energy of the card and to the numerology. The first message, as soon as I laid this card out on the spread, this one, I was like, oh, it's time for you to step it up, Cancer. Talking to myself also. Like, it's time for you to level up. The Soul Star chakra is actually not a chakra located in our body's energetic centers. It's right above us. It's the 10th chakra. And it is, I'm sorry, no, 8th chakra. Sorry, number 10 is on the card. It's the 8th chakra. And it's right above our heads. It's about a foot or so, a little bit more than a foot above your head. And it is this energetic center. And the energy with the crown star chakra, I'm sorry, not the crown star, the soul star chakra is everything that you have been working on in the physical coming into alignment to transform you in the spiritual, okay? So with this message here, the reason why I so strongly came out the gate talking about, oh, it's time for you to level up, Cancer, is because that's what you get with the soul star chakra. It's like you're not on this plane no more. You're not in these 7 physical chakra centers. You done leveled up into a new space, into a whole new energetic plane, okay? And that's what's supposed to be happening for you during the month of February. We are in a retrograde period, so I'm gonna say maybe don't make okay, I'm gonna stray from my normal retrograde message where I'm like, don't make no moves, because you actually have fire here in your spread. So I'm gonna say don't be impulsive, but Cancer, you actually should be doing some work during the month of February. We're still at the beginning of it, so when you come back in March, you better have something to tell me about what you was working on in February, okay? We are in retrograde season, so it's a time to reflect and correct, but I more so get this reflective and corrective, but more so like corrective energy for you guys. Take the time to reflect. Take the time to look back at all the things that have transpired going up through your chakras, all of the things that you built up upon, all of the situations that you've been in, the lessons that you were supposed to have learned. But now is the time for you to take all of that. And actually in Cancer, we have this bad. We'll have the components. We'll know what needs to be done. But we'll sit there and be like, we'll have everything I need. and then just kind of expect it to fall into place because we're so spiritual. We're like, oh no, everything will happen when it's supposed to, how it's supposed to. Cancer, we can be lazy on our shadow side. That's what I'm getting at. This card here popping up at the main point of your reading does tell me that during the month of February, we cannot be lazy. And I understand the energy right now is kind of dense, and it's also kind of crazy by way of all that Aquarius energy that's swirling around right now. So for Cancer, when we're dealing with those energies, it's kind of like we want to go into our shells. Right now is really not shell time. It's like stay close, you know, stay close to a section to where if you got to retreat into your shell, you can. But right now, you're actually supposed to be, you know, making moves along the ocean floor, right? Before you come up to shore. So with this soul star chakra, things are supposed to be coming into alignment for you in the month of February. And I also get this feeling that I need to fuss at you Cancers a little bit and say that things are supposed to be coming into alignment for you during the month of February. They probably already should have started coming into alignment for you, but Cancer, there is some work that needs to be done. You actually need to make some moves, okay? Now going to the numerology of this card, it is the number 10. And 10 is 1 amplified by 0, and the number 1 is all about new beginnings and manifestation and independence. And so what I get is Cancer, that February is going to be transformative for you on a spiritual level, and very shortly after you will see this stuff start to happen and start to transpire in the physical for you. New beginnings coming in. We just had our full moon at the end of 2020, at the end of hell year 2020. And so we're still, even though we did just have the Leo full moon, we're still, because we're Cancer, we're still kind of shaking the rest of what we need to let go of off, because that's just how we move. We hold on to things. We are very heart chakra, okay? So we're in this space to where we are, our minds and our hearts and our spirits, they have progressed into this soul star chakra energy, right? However, Cancer in the physical, you're kind of lagging. And that's not necessarily to say that it is your fault, but I do get the sense that you have contributed. Yes, there are external factors that definitely have held you back, but I also pick up on the sense that Cancer, you could have done more. You could be doing more. You could be doing more work, put more energy in. And during the month of February, by way of the retrograde, figure this one out, you know, reflect and correct. What you need to be coming into is, I need to be doing work. I need to actually hit the ground running, stay 10 toes down, and actually be consistent with it. It is not time for me to rest. It is not time for me to chill. It's not time for me to be comfortable. And that's just really what the message is. It is not time for you to be comfortable, Cancer. You are ascending. You are supposed to be leveling up, okay? Next card that we have coming up in the spread is in the position of the crossing energy, and we've got the Hierophant here. So with this card being in a crossing energy, what I'm picking up on is Cancer, we are creatures of habit. Yes, we are, even when we don't like the situations that we're in. Don't that sound crazy? Make it make sense. It does not. I be trying to make it make sense to myself. It don't. And I'm reading to myself as I am reading to y'all in this spread, okay? We get comfortable. Even if we're in situations that are quite uncomfortable, if that makes sense. Like Cancer, you might be in a position to where I don't like where I live. I don't like my job. I don't like these people. I don't like this food. I don't like what I got to do every day. But because it's your routine, you still get up every day and you go to that job and you talk to them same people and you put in that same energy and you do the same shit every day. What I'm getting with this card, the Hierophant being in the cross position, is that I don't want to call y'all scared. Don't be scared, but y'all a little scary. Y'all a little timid right now. Y'all kind of like, the world is looking kind of crazy and my funds might be looking kind of crazy. This job might be looking kind of crazy. So I'm going to just stay here where I know how things look. But that's really just pointing to a fear of change, Cancer. And right now, as I was saying with your first card, you don't get to be comfortable right now. I also say this in the 5 Universal Year video. We are working with energy that's all about change. It's all about transformation. That's all about doing new things. And the way that these planets have these aspects to each other right now, we might be dealing with a little bit of sudden change, especially while we in a Mercury retrograde, okay? So one message with this Hierophant card, Cancer, is that you can't be afraid to take the chances that you need to take, Cancer. You guys are very imaginative. That is actually one of your like the core qualities of the Cancer zodiac sign. You guys have these big dreams, these big ideas, these big grandiose things that you want to do, these situations that you want to find yourself in, these jobs, and let's not call them jobs, these careers, these lifestyles that you want to have, right? But Cancer, nothing happens without work, and change doesn't come without allowing things to change. So message one with the Hierophant card is that, Cancer, you got to stop being afraid of what's out there. You got to stop being afraid of, well, if I do this, will I have is there a security net for me? You're a water sign. You don't like nets. So no, probably not. You'll figure it out. You're like I said, you're a water sign. You go where life's currents take you. You go where life's currents take you, and you need to water. You need to tap into a little bit of water during this month too, and kind of allow yourself to see and to feel where you're being called to, and then allow yourself to take those chances and let those changes come in. Another message with this crossed Hierophant card, because the Hierophant is a card of mentorship and a card of like teachers and people, giving knowledge and giving wisdom. I do get the sense that you may have somebody around you. And I also don't pick up on that they are necessarily much older. I think that they may be somebody that you relate to, Cancer, but has a different situation, but you feel that they maybe have been through enough life like you have. And I know y'all know what that means. So what I get is we're in Mercury retrograde. This person that is giving you advice on things, they're not doing it with ill intent, but they are giving you the wrong advice. I take everything with a grain of salt during the month of February, because everything that is told to you, all of the pointers that are given to you, are not actually going to all be beneficial to you. So Cancer, you kind of have to decipher what's good and what's BOLOGNA, Oscar Mayer. Be mindful of who you're taking advice from. And I almost want to say, Cancer, maybe you don't need to take nobody's advice during this time, because you actually, all of these cards, aside from this one, with it being in a crossing position, all of these cards, and aside from that one, kind of sort of point to, you kind of doing the solo dolo thing for this month of February. And the solo dolo for you is because you about to level up into a whole new world, all right? So just be mindful of what you're taking in and what you're actually applying to your life during the month of February. It is retrograde season. Next card in the spread, Cancer, is the Six of Wands, and I am actually happy to see this here. This is in the position of the Aquarian energy, where you need to get a little innovative and change some things up. You got the Six of Wands here, and so the first thing that I got when I pulled this card right away was that, and it's kind of like two different sides of it. I get that, Cancer, you've either been banging on somebody or something, or some corporation or something for something, or you've been going through a lot and it's just kind of taking you in, or all of that could be happening, right? So I get the sense that you've been dealing with some difficult situations, Cancer, during the month of February. This is a card of victory. This is actually a card of overcoming some sort of trial or tribulation, and being in a space to celebrate that you've overcome it. So I get the sense that in February, especially if you've been feeling kind of heavy, that your energy will probably more so towards the end of the month. I more so feel like towards after the retrograde, or once we're in the shadow period, your energy is going to pick up. You're going to start feeling a little bit more positive. But because this card is in the position of how you need to do that, how you need to make those changes, Cancer, you've got to come out of being afraid of whatever. You got to come out of being afraid of what it is that you want to come in. Again, make it make sense, because it does not. And like I said, I know, because that's me. Be like, oh, I want all this to happen. And then you'd be like, oh my gosh, but I don't know. I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? So with the Six of Wands card, in order to put yourself in this soul star chakra energy, you have to shift your mental. And because this is fire, this is about action. You have to shift your mental in regards to the steps that you're taking. And you also have to kind of reignite your spark, reignite your motivation, your will, your drive, your passion. Because once you do that, you will actually be moving forward on the path of what is my next step. You'll actually be, like I said, you'll be able to catch your physical up to your heart and your spirit and your mental. Another message with this Six of Wands card I get here is that things are getting ready to go into a different direction for you, Cancer. And I, honestly, I want to be like, oh, it'll happen over the course of, but I can't tell you that, but because it's fire, I get that it'll happen sooner than you think, and you may not even be expecting it when these opportunities come in or when this shift comes in for you. Take the chances, take the opportunities. Again, don't be scared. What Juana Man? No, was it Juana Man or was it Miguel Nunez in Life? I think it was in Life. He said, don't be scared. It's life. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, Cancer. You ain't got time to play around with what ifs and how comes and shoulda, coulda, wouldas. The time is now. The energy for the year says the time is now, and your cards say the time is now. So as far as these changes come in, as far as these shifts come in, and as far as, making moves and shifting your energy and aligning yourself with coming into this next, ascending into this next space, you have really got to start to convince yourself in your head that you've got work to do, and then you've got to discipline yourself to start doing the work, okay, Cancer? You got to get rid of whatever that fear is, and you got to start making moves. Last card in the spread, Cancer, I am happy to see here. Y'all know I get a little weary when I see fives, but this card is number 29 in the deck, so y'all know 11 energy there, and I'm definitely going to be talking about that. But right off bat, first things first, this is your soul message. This is the 5th house card. This is the fun house, okay? The 5th house is the fun house. This is the card of all the fun popping things, the parties, the celebration, and things of that sort. So what I get here, especially because you've got this card of ascension and leveling up, is that Cancer, you have to level up because this is the energy you're supposed to be in. 5th house, 5 universal year, Cancer. Come on now. And it's number 29, master number 11. Of enlightenment and ascension and all those things and healing. Yo, Cancer, you have got to get it together, baby. Okay, there is no time to be chilling on the couch, to be staying in your house. And I was just telling my friends about this. I'm like, yo, I enjoy being in my house so much. Like, they could lock the country down again. I was fine when they did it the first time. I was like, I'm an essential worker where I actually work, and I was like, you know what, do they really need essential workers right now? Because I'm cool with staying in the house. Cancer, it's actually time for you to get up, get out, and get some, okay? This is the fun house. And so the soul message for you is that all of these things are starting to push at you and pull at you right now. This soul star chakra energy, the 6 of Wands energy, and, these fears of change coming in. The reason why all of that stuff is so strong is because your change actually puts you into a space that you enjoy being in. I get the sense that Cancer, once you actually start to make these moves and start to let go of the fears of what life is getting ready to look like and how you're going to get there, and when you allow yourself to ascend, you are going to be ascending into a space. I get like paparazzi flashes, if that makes sense, but I get that message because I believe that means that you are going to be so good at what it is that you want to do, that you actually really enjoy. The 5th house is also a card of creativity and artistic abilities. And so I also get that, Cancer, by way of leveling up, you may put yourself into a space to where you're doing something creative for a living, or something that you're actually very passionate about for a living. Okay. The last message that I do have with this card, because this is a card of like children and also like younger siblings, it is very possible that during the month of February, that Cancer, somebody in your family, whether it be your kids or whether it be like a younger sister, younger brother, something may be going on with them that is just, everybody is just paying attention to them. Like, nobody, it's going to sound kind of bad, but like, it's going to be like, nobody cares about what you got going on over here in February. They're going to be focused on whatever little kid over here is doing, or whatever your sister or your brother is doing over here. And because you are Cancer, you gonna get roped into it a little bit, but try to stray from that as much as you can. Especially with the Hierophant card being crossed here. And I know this is a completely different message, but this points to not allowing, people that, how do I want to put this? Not allowing people that think they know what's best for you to dictate your moves. Okay, being connected to this 5th house card. So I get the sense that somebody around you, somebody around you, maybe a younger friend or something, they might be doing something or mixed up in something that brings the attention to them. And Cancer, you might be feeling a little jelly. You might be like, whoa, I'm excited. I got new things popping off over here. Hey guys, I want to tell you guys about it. Like, why don't y'all care? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what they got going on over here. Real G's move in silence, like lasagna, like Wayne said. During the month of February, don't worry about getting praised for the progress that you're making, Cancer, because you have lived a life in which you already know how that goes. We actually get the short end of the stick when it comes to getting recognition for the things that we do. And that's Cancer energy, unfortunately. So don't worry about that. Let them have that over there. By the time that you really get into this Six of Wands energy and the Soul Star Chakra energy, and you really have things transpiring for you in the physical, probably coming up into the springtime is when they're going to really start playing out. Those people that have their attention over there, they're going to look up and they're going to be like, whoa, what? You did that? When did you get that done? And you're going to be like, well, I was working, I was moving and shaking, you know, while y'all were paying attention to that, I had other things going on, which was why I didn't want to lend my energy to that. And they'll be like, oh, I get it now. And you're not even going to be worried about it, Cancer, because you're going to be in 5th house energy and Soul Star Chakra energy and have so much popping off and so many new opportunities and so many new things coming in for you that you're not even that feeling of, wow, can they pay attention to me a little bit? That's going to be a thing of the past for you coming up here very shortly.
And that's your spread. I hope it found you well. If you feel like you like your own personal reading, feel free to book one with me. I have my Etsy shop linked down below. There are several different tarot spreads that you can choose from on there. Just go to the Etsy shop, and then in the I think in the filters space, or like the search bar, there's a drop down menu, and just click tarot. That will pull up all of my tarot readings. I also have a tarot reading for this new year. I've got 2 different versions. If you want to know what's going on for this calendar year, go on and book one of those as well. And I think that's all that I've got for you guys. I think that's all I got for you. I dropped all of my shameless plugs at the beginning. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.